Bang, bang, bang. Episode 9. Hell yeah. Looks like it's a normal Saturday at Marty's today. There's nobody around. Just fucking tumbleweeds. Dum, dum, dum. Which I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Jim Beam, I don't need these fucking guests. All right? I'm the entertainment. All they do is amplify the entertainment. Hello? Got me a fat blunt rolled. I don't even know what kind of weed I bought yesterday. I just bought the shit. Can't remember. Oh, I went back with that Cherry OG. It was only $50 a quarter, and it was funky.
Yeah.
You
I've
went?
had the Cherry OG, yeah.
Yeah, I had Big Dave Getzoff gave me a ride down there. Who's one of my favorite people out in L.A. I love this dude. He's a gentle giant. You know, he's a real laid-back dude. Been doing comedy a long time. Been in L.A. a long time, you know, so he gets a lot of love in the city. And me and him, we immediately clicked off of GMC, which was the old weed spot that everybody used to go to in town, you know. And, man, the days when GMC was around, we didn't think it would ever be gone. It didn't even cross our mind that GMC wouldn't be there one day, right?
No. Do you think they're going to disappear because of, like, a raid? And this place was never going to be raided. Like,
yeah.
They ran a tight ship.
They were very professional. It was on Melrose Boulevard, and you just never would imagine that. You know, I went there one morning, and I go to the little spot where the door is usually at, and I looked, and it was a goddamn, like a garage door, like you see on TV and movies when people have shops on a busy street. They pull that metal thing down, and then they lock it at the bottom. That's what it was. It was just a metal garage door looking thing, shut down in front of the glass doors.
Sign
I'm
removed.
Like, I must be at a different spot or something, right? So I look around like, nah, this is the places that are beside GMC. I look up for the GMC letters. They were gone. And then that's when a bad reality hit. I was like, a sad reality hit. I was like, oh, fuck.
I think I called you. I was like, dude, where's GMC? Like,
right?
Freaking out.
Me too. I got on the phone and called Dave and was like, Dave, have you been to GMC today? He was like, no, man, what's going on? And I was like, they're fucking gone, bro. I couldn't believe it. And then, yeah, for the next 2 or 3 days, random comics through L.A. that I had been like, you know, I was very adamant about, you need to go to GMC. I used to tell everybody. And I was just getting phone call and text after text like, what happened to this fucking weed spot? It's gone. It's gone. What happened? What happened? And
you can see how often comics re-upped because it's like, dude, the place has been closed for a month now, and you're just now noticing. Like,
right? Yeah, some of them it was real late. Yeah.
It took us 3-4 months to find Garden Secret.
Nah, hell no.
No,
took me and Dave like 2 weeks.
Oh.
It took us I remember me and Dave found GMC on the same day. It was hilarious. Like, he texted me earlier that morning. He actually found it first on Weed Maps. He texted me earlier that morning, was like, yeah, I just found a spot, Easter, fucking da-da-da-da. And without really paying attention to his text, his text reminded me. When I seen his text, I was like, oh, yeah, I need to look for a new weed spot. So then I went on Weed Maps, and boom, I found Garden Secrets too. And because all I was doing was looking for price. I didn't give a fuck about... You know, you can't really tell if the weed's going to look like that online anyway. Like the app, you never know till you get there. So I seen that they had $40, $50, and $60 quarters, just like GMC. So I dipped the fuck down there. And come to find out, one day, after going there for a couple weeks, I walk in and I say hey to the lady. She asked me, do I want an indica or sativa? I said, I want an indica. And I hear some blonde lady in the corner spins around and she goes, hey, I knew I recognized your voice. And it was the woman from GMC, the older Russian chick that was always in there. I'd always seen her in there. I thought she ran the place. I thought,
blonde?
Yeah, that blonde woman. I thought that she was like the wife to that one dude, that Armenian guy, right? I thought she ran the place. Come to find out, she's just a grower. And that's where they got all that good-ass weed was mainly from her. And that's why she was there all the time. Because she was dropping off all her different strands. And that's what she was doing at Garden Secrets. She was over there in the corner with 2-3 pounds of different weed, showing it to them, and they were buying it from her. And I was like, that's when, what was the fucking weed that I had bought a week before? I was like, I think it was like Alien or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I got your, I said, that Alien that they have, that's your weed, isn't it? She goes, yeah. I said, I knew it when I bought it. I told them that this reminded me of GMC. I said, I've been telling everybody in town, this weed reminds me of GMC. I said, that's crazy. You're here. I was like, I love your weed. We all love your weed, you know. And then she told me that GMC didn't get raided. The owner just decided that he was frustrated with the business and he just fucking needed a break.
He said, fuck it.
Yeah. And I was like, is he ever coming back? And she said, I don't know. He seemed very, frustrated with the business. He wasn't angry, just frustrated. And I was like, yeah, that's the worst, because if you get angry at something, when you get over it, you have a better chance of going back. Yeah. But if something frustrates you into giving up or quitting, you still like, then every time you think about it, it brings that anger and that frustration back. So it's harder to go back out of frustration than it is from anger. I know, because I live a life of anger. I'm constantly angry. I'm like the Hulk in that sense, you know. But so yeah, I went with the Cherry OG and it was 50, and I can tell it's her weed. And that's what I try to do when I go in there, because they have a couple of different growers in there. Most of the growers put a sticker on their jars so you know who grows it. And so I try to kind of like seek out her buds and just buy them. Other than that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell y'all because I don't watch the news and shit. And y'all see me on Periscope 3 times a motherfucking week. You know, y'all see the frustration I live with every day. You know,
all of my news comes from open mic comics, pretty much.
Right? Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's happening.
Yeah, I had no idea about the fucking missile threat. Everybody kept talking about it the other night, and so I finally asked somebody. I said, "What's going on? Why are we supposed to die tomorrow?" You know.
Found out Kardashian's pregnant during open mic. Like,
right? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Like earth-shattering news that everyone knows. It's like, nope. Fucking aim. I wanted to ask you. I saw a few comics posting about you got a call this week, like somebody was trying to troll you.
Oh yeah.
What was that about? Yeah.
So yeah, this fucking happened in the middle of the week. I'm at work, Hollywood Boulevard, and I get this call, right? And it was obviously fucking John Caparulo, okay? Because there was 3 things he couldn't not do. All right, 1, he couldn't not sound like himself. He's got a very distinct voice, okay? 2, he couldn't not do that little chuckle he does in between every fucking thing he says, you know? And that fucking shit he does with words, you know? And then 3, he could not talk shit about Uncle Joey. So that's how I knew, you know, and it's like, he started out wrong. He was like, I was like, who is this? He was like, it's your buddy from Tampa, Florida. And he just made up some name. I can't remember. Your buddy Pete from Tampa or some shit. I don't know no Pete in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? And then
Pete in Tampa's like, God damn, I thought
he
remembered me, man.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know anybody like that. You know, my buddy Ian, he lives in Tampa.
But yeah.
And which is why I think he must have been watching my Periscope the other day, because somebody was talking shit. And I could see my Periscopers cussing somebody out. And when they get on them, I don't even say anything because they already got them type shit, right? Plus, I didn't see the comments, so fuck it. And but I had mentioned Ian that day in Tampa. So he said, yeah, it's your buddy from Tampa, fucking da-da-da. And he goes, don't you know Ian? Ain't you got a friend? First he goes, ain't you got a friend named Ian down in Tampa? It's like, if you're my buddy, then you know I got buddies. Then you know Ian. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking what was really weird was he said he just got off the phone with Pauly Shore. Then he said he knew Mitzi real well. Now, how's a motherfucker from Tampa know Pauly, Mitzi like that? You know what I'm talking about?
Mitzi's not been at the store in years.
Now, I know Pauly when he was younger, spent a lot of time in Florida because of MTV and shit like that. Yeah, maybe he's got some friends down there. But well enough to be calling him and knowing his mom and shit, I don't think so, right? So that's definitely, that was a John Caparulo thing, because that motherfucker definitely knew Mitzi. She liked him. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then the other thing was he kept asking me questions about me. It's like, I thought you said the first thing you said was you was my friend from Tampa. So why are you asking me so many questions? Then he called me a piece of shit. He goes, yeah, I thought you was just some fucking hack. He goes, you know, I look you up and you really live in your van, huh? You really live your man. You're like the opposite of Chris Farley. And he goes, yeah, man, I thought you was just some piece of shit hack. He goes, but you're even opposite of that piece of shit, Joey Diaz. So it's like, why are you calling Joey Diaz a piece of shit?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
If you're some dude from Tampa.
So he's still in character at this point? Like, he never came out?
He never said who he was, but he just was talking. He didn't even try to disguise his voice. He didn't try to do any of that. And then, like, as soon as he brought up Joey, it went to calling him a piece of shit. Then he said Joey's name again, and I hung up. As soon as he said Joey's name again, I hung up because then I felt like, all right, this motherfucker's recording me. He's making fun of me, doing something. Maybe he's recording this for his podcast. Maybe he's on a radio show right now, somebody else's podcast, and they're having fun. Fuck that. Yeah. So I just hung up.
No callbacks?
Nah, fuck them. Yeah. I didn't call that number back. Fuck them.
No, they didn't call you back?
No.
Cool. Damn.
But that's just weird, Well,
just goes to show you who our listeners are.
It ain't weird. It's just like I could understand if he's out there trying to fuck with me on someone else's podcast because somebody was like, "Why is he still thinking about it?" And I'm like, "Well, it's simple, man. But everybody knows. No, hardly anybody knows about what happened between me and him that night. But a lot of bigger people know that him and Joey got into a tiff, or however you say the word, and fucking So when they see Cap for the first time since that, they probably naturally ask him, hey, what happened? I heard something happened with you and Joey at the store. So, of course, the memory of me is going to pop back in his head. Yeah. Because all that shit happened that night, And, like I said, I'll say it again, and I don't have problems with John Caparulo, okay? And I understand that it was none of my fucking business, okay? I only reacted out of natural reaction that night. I know Joey. I don't know John. You know what I'm saying? And I got Joey's back, and I don't got that dude's back because I don't know him, And all I know was what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I know my street smart. I know how the situations I've been in my whole life is like when fights are getting broke up, if there's too many people holding one person back and that other dude has the chance, he tries to throw in a little sneak shot, every time. Yeah. And so that was the only thing in my mind and the only thing I was trying to prevent. So, I have no bad blood towards John Caparulo. Am I going to apologize for what happened that night? No, I'm not going to apologize because I would do it again because, like I said, I knew Joey and I didn't know him. And in my world, that's what you do as a real person, as a friend, as a person who has someone's back. You fucking take up for them no matter what. Yeah. So that's that on that shit. Damn. You know what I'm talking about?
Fun times.
Hey, I just look at it as the Comedy Store is missing out on a great comic right now. I could be growing before their eyes every night like I do here at Marty's, At Zizou's mic, that dude from Boston came up to me again last night and was like, dude, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, bro. He goes, but my friends are still talking about you. He
That's
goes,
awesome.
He was like, I talked to him the other day and they were like, yeah, man, shit, even being back here in Boston, bro. He was like,
those guys.
Yeah, they were like, man, of all the time we spent in L.A., that Tommy Easter dude, that was the funniest motherfucker. They were like, that was the realest motherfucker we seen out there. Yeah. They were like, we've been telling everybody about him.
That's cool.
And that's just it just makes me feel great, and it's just. But then also, in the back of my mind, I'm like, see, these motherfuckers at the Comedy Store, that little cunt at the Improv that's preventing me from getting up, they're fucking up. And then when it is my time to shine, and motherfuckers ask why, I'm gonna let them know why.
Yeah, you heard. I mean, what was it last week? What's his name?
Scarface.
Yeah, I was sitting there talking about how it's like a family cult feeling.
Oh yeah.
You assume it's like that at every club.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why next Tuesday, I'm fucking going to the Laugh Factory. And I'm going to blow the roof off that motherfucker. Okay. And then when I become a regular there, them other clubs are going to be like, what the fuck? They're going to look at their bookers. Yeah, they're going to look at their bookers like, where was you on that guy?
Yeah.
And they're going to have to make up a lie because it's personal bullshit right now that's keeping me from both of them clubs. It's nothing to do with professionalism. Because I was completely professional about it. I waited a whole year before I even attempted to go back up there,
You even got booked. It's not like you just showed up. We're both choking here.
Yeah, getting booked, even getting booked on that show, that was bullshit, how they did that, how they shared the flyer even up to that day. But, oh, well, I'm not harking. I hate to keep talking about that stupid shit.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It just frustrates people.
Neither.
Patience is a virtue, people. You know what I'm saying? And like I was telling these guys, just like that tile game, when we'd have a shitty facilities manager is who you have to go through to get the work okayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go through a restaurant and we tell them what needs to be done, okay? And then we leave this filled out estimate sheet with the manager. He gives it to his facility manager, and then that dude says, yeah, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how we get paid, basically. If we had some dickhead that was always trying to crunch us and knock our price down and say, well, that doesn't need to be done yet and shit like that, we just had to be patient with it, because that motherfucker would be gone eventually, but we was going to always be there to do that motherfucking tile. You know what I'm saying? Me and Murray, we outlasted so many cocksuckers in that business, and that's how you got to do it as a comedian, man. There's a lot of comedians in town that get spots just because they've been around so long. They're hot garbage on stage, okay? Fucking stupid shit, all right? And do they get laughs? Yeah, they get laughs because they know how to. And I don't know how to, make that make sense to, like, just an average person, It's just something like, easy, like, like putting no effort into something. You could get up here and bullshit around, and if you say butt fucking the right way with the right movement and shit, people's gonna laugh because that's just a funny word, butt fucker, or pecker or something stupid.
And then she sucked my dick.
Yeah, and then she sucked my pecker, and they can just do something stupid like that, and they know that because of years of comedy. But was it a good joke? Fuck no. Was it even a punchline? Fuck no. It was just a cuss word said with enthusiasm and wild shit, and everybody laughs because the dude's done it for so long. So, but me, man, I feel like I write good material, and I'm just naturally funny. I've been a funny motherfucker my whole life, and that's where my confidence comes from, because I see these other comics struggle to be funny, and it's like, motherfucker, I'm just laughing like, must suck to have to try to be funny, bitch. Because I'm a funny motherfucker all the time. I'm out there on the smoke pad, lighting that bitch up all night long. I don't smoke that oil shit, Jim Beam. How many times do I have to turn you down?
I never. This is the first time I ever brought this on. I just got it. I'm going.
Yeah,
up,
but
I'm going to. I have never brought the oil cartridges. That's fucking Tim.
Anybody? Yeah, I don't. For anybody out there, don't send Tommy Easter them goddamn oil cartridges. Don't offer me one. I'm fucking a weed-only dude. Edibles don't work. Hello?
No, fire up this joint.
The reason I don't like them oils, man, is because they leave a weird film in my mouth. And I don't do shit. And listen to how Jim's coughing he coughed 1,000 times off that one hit. That shit makes you... And listen, I've smoked weed my whole life and played basketball. And if you could see me play basketball, I can't explain. Russell Westbrook is the only way I can explain how I play basketball. I run full fucking speed because I've had my coaches have always taught me speed. I had a coach tell me one time, Easter, your speed is going to keep you in every game. He said, you just be, he said, don't worry about making every shot. Just fucking stay hustling, He goes, because your speed and your defense can keep you into every game. And so, my secret that whole time was I smoked weed, Yeah. And it's never affected me. You smoking them fucking oil things? Because somebody gave me some of that shit one time, right? They gave me a couple of them oil things for free and a big dab of wax shit. And I'd smoked that shit for about a week straight. Oh, my God. Dude, I was coughing and hacking on the court more than I've ever coughed and hacked on the court in my life. And for like 2-3 days after them things were away, I had this weird cough. And I said, never again. I'm not smoking that fucking weird shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Me and Diaz Mackey. My first year in L.A., my first year in L.A. was the best New Year's. One of the best New Year's ever, dude. We went into the hills to some fucking mansion party. It was cool. The shit. I have a picture. Some of y'all have probably seen it on my Facebook and other little social media shit of me holding this bowl of weed with this big spoonful of nugs and shit. That's because, like, when we got there, me and Diaz brought weed. Dude answered the door, and we was like, hey, man, what's up? You know, we're here, blah, blah, blah. We got some weed. He goes, yeah, we got a bowl back there. And I thought he was like, cool, you brought weed. We got a bowl back there. You know what I'm saying? Like a bowl to smoke out of. When we went back there was people sitting around this table, and they had a fucking dinner party bowl full of nugs, bro. Full of fucking nugs. And I was like, oh, shit. I tapped Diaz because Diaz was looking at all the pussy, you know. And then I tapped Diaz. I said, that's the bowl he was talking about. He was like, oh, shit. So fucking everybody was kind of like, it was a bunch of rich people, bad dime bitches. Just, you know, we're all sitting there. We're rolling weed out of this bowl. And they had this huge canister full of wax. They had dab rigs. They had torches. Dude, it was fucking weed heaven, right? And I'm sitting here looking at this bowl of weed, and I'm like, dude. I looked at this chick. I was like, has anybody taken a picture of this shit yet? She was like, uh-uh. I was like, fuck that. I got right down beside the bowl of weed and was first. Right. I took a selfie, and when I did that shit, I looked back, and motherfuckers were lining up to take a picture with that bowl of weed. It was like, all it took was just one person to have the bravery to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
They were lining up like that bowl was a fucking celebrity, bro.
Damn.
It was dope. And then somebody went and got that spoon. Somebody thought to go get that spoon.
Yeah.
And then we got some cool ass pictures, like we were eating weed cereal.
I saw one of his mansion parties. It was in Malibu. And have you ever heard of Big Mike? He's like a weed entrepreneur.
Oh no, I'm talking about Big Mike, the comedian.
No. This dude's like famous for like some kind of like
medicinal Mike.
Maybe, I don't know. It's just Big Mike on Instagram. But like, we're walking by like the beach and see this Apache like helicopter. It wasn't Apache. It was helicopter in this car that was like Corvette style, and it was black and had weed leaves, completely decaled all over it. And I was like, this dude,
a Corvette?
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is this? And then got on Instagram. It didn't take long to search. And it turns out it's this big weed dude, and he had a huge 4th of July weed party and had like all these models and everything. Like,
oh, that's dope.
I didn't know at the time, but I was like, I would have easily walked out.
White dude or black dude?
White guy. He was sitting out. It was like the afternoon. I didn't know who he was. And I was like, had I known then, I would have gotten in like, what's up, man? Like, but fuck, those parties are everywhere around here. It's like, that was my point. It's like, you stumbled in the hills. This was in Malibu. Like, people don't know. There's weed parties with just bowls, and I'm sure there's coke parties.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, that's the weird thing about. Here's something for y'all. As much as you would hear Uncle Joey talk about all the cocaine and all the drugs that they used to do in his era and his generation of comedians, we ain't like that really. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see it as much. Like, they definitely don't break coke or shit out in front of us or in front of each other out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, weed, yeah, of course, we smoke weed like a motherfucker. On any given night on Marty's smoke pad, the minimum is 5 blunts.
Yeah.
You know, that's even if I'm just here. Hell, I might just smoke about 5 blunts. You know what I'm saying? And be like, fuck, I got to go buy more weed tomorrow.
Minimum.
Now. You know? Yeah. Minimum is 5 blunts. But as far as someone whipping out a sack of coke and pouring out everybody daggers, we don't ever do that.
Never.
That's never going down.
I've been here 2 years, and I feel like I can count on one hand how many comics I know publicly that probably do cocaine now. If they do, a lot of them.
Yeah, but
secret.
we just now found out. Yeah, because of a certain room. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they always go back in that room. No, they don't.
It's no, I'm dying up here.
It's not exactly. That's what I wanted to put. That's what I wanted to put out there. Is like, it's not.
That era is gone.
You do have rock and roll nights, though. I mean, you know, last night I was with Lindsay Jennings and 2 other Suicide Girls. Me and fucking Big Tim. You know, we left the fucking mic, left Zizou's mic, rode out with Lindsay. We went and picked 2 of her friends up. We was fucking snorting ecstasy, eating mushrooms. Hello. Bang, bang, bang.
Allegedly.
It was a great fucking time. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Oh, that's so funny. I saw your Instagram story.
Oh, yeah. You see that? Oh, yeah. We was lit the fuck up, son. It was a good time on the L.A. city streets. Hello. But hey, man, you deserve. I deserve a fucking rock star night every now and then, man. Right. Fuck, I got
treat yourself.
Shit, dude. Yeah, you know what's fucked up is Marty fucked himself last night because I was sitting here. It was Friday night. There wasn't a motherfucker here, and I'm sitting there at the desk. Nah, I'm good. I'm sitting there at the desk, and I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? As soon as that thought entered my head, Marty comes up and goes, everybody's at Zizou's, Mike, tonight. Looks like we're going to have to hope for rain. And I was like, oh, yeah. That's where he fucked up. I was like, oh, yeah.
See ya.
I pulled up the fucking flyer, and I seen my boy Yema was on there.
Yeah.
I seen Lindsey Jennings was on there. And then I seen my homie Steven Briggs was on there. I was like, Briggsy. That's my homie, man. A lot of people don't know. Jim probably never heard of him either because he's actually a LA comic.
Wow.
But he travels a lot because he's a headliner. He's a fuck killer, bro. He's funny as fuck. And I first met him in Vegas, because he come out there and headline. But then he'd come to E Strings on Sunday, and the motherfucker get my $50 with that fucking beatboxing ass bit. All this shit. And so when I seen him on the flyer, I don't get to see the motherfucker a lot because he's a headliner.
Yeah.
He's always on the road and shit. Like my homie Sean McBride, And so, I seen Briggsy was on the fucking thing. I was like, oh, fuck it, dog. I got to get the fuck. I'm going over there, Fuck it. That sounds good. Finn Jones! You getting on the fucking
Come on,
podcast?
man.
Come on, fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Oh, shit.
Finn Jones.
Oh, Notre Dame's playing? Oh.
You want to give
Got a super special guest
give
maybe, huh? This
give a little
motherfucker.
intro on him real quick.
He's fucking, huh?
Give a little intro on Finn.
Yeah. We got, we might be having Finn Jones come to the mic. This dude, he's a great dude, He fucking, I remember he came to probably the second or third Saturday night that I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I still, it was actually this dude, Sean Bon Joshi or some weird shit on Facebook.
Sean Bon Jovi.
I know his name is. I know he's Sean. I know the motherfucker is Sean. He's an Indian dude named Sean, right? And he somehow talked Marty into doing Saturdays.
Hosting.
Because Marty's a star fucker. Marty found out he worked at Laugh Factory, and then dude offered to fucking do Saturdays, and Marty was like, of course, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, you can do it, right? And then dude always had something to do on Saturday. So he'd be like, hey, Easter, can you just take over the mic for me, man? And he'd leave me the key that Marty
Started
left
like
him,
that.
right? And so then when Marty found out about it, he almost was going to stop Saturdays, and I was like, nah, fuck that. Let me just take over Saturdays. I said, and it was fucked up because it used to be from 3 to 8, and I was like, and instead of 3 to 8, just make it the normal 5 to 11. I was like, because people are coming in at 8 o'clock, and I'm trying to shut down.
Right.
And so Marty agreed to that, and so then fucking Finn, he was probably the second or third Saturday, he came in, looking all angry and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know, if he was going to fucking get up there and actually do a set because there was really no one here.
Yeah.
But it was me and Kyle sitting back there, and Finn got up there and did a set, and that motherfucker was funny as shit. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, so then I was telling people about him the next day. I was like, man, this fucking homeless dude came in the other night, because he mentioned it,
Yeah.
And I was like, this motherfucker's funny, dude. And so when I first met Finn, I thought he was some local legend who had fucking became homeless or something. You know what I'm saying? Because his fucking set was so tight. Yeah, his set was so tight, What's up, Finn Jones?
Finn Jones.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good,
Sweet. I remember that like it was yesterday, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Yeah. When I was coming in here, because I had some stupid show I was getting ready for that Fung hooked me up with, and I was actually taking it serious.
Yeah.
Those were the days, huh?
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, that's what I immediately fucking, because people come in here and fuck around. You know what I'm saying?
I see it, yeah.
And so he came in. It was late. There was no one. It was me and Kyle. And I was thinking, all right, yeah, go on up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, here we go. I'm gonna have to sit through another fucking open micer. And this motherfucker got up, and his shit was bang, bang, bang. It was tight. And me and fucking Kyle was back there laughing like a motherfucker, So yeah, I thought you was like some legend that had been in town forever and fucking then dried up or something, and was coming back strong or something.
It's crazy, you do see those guys around town like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's actually funny, but you fucking started walking dogs or some shit.
Yeah. We had one in Vegas, remember? King Tamer, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember John King Tamer?
Nah. The only people I really remember from Vegas is Gleese, is what I think we're talking about, hopefully he never hears this, but it seems like he either gave up on his dreams or never really tried on them.
Who, Khalees?
Yeah, because that guy's the mother.
I know. I talk about Joe all the time.
Fucking,
he's a killer.
He's a piece of shit, is what he is. Come on, man. It's like, dude, that guy's the most. He's got an hour online. The idea that he's fucking stuck in Vegas is such.
I know. I don't know. I don't know why they stay. I don't know, man. Especially Joe, because him and that chick ain't got a kid yet. I don't think.
I didn't even know there was a chick.
Yeah, he's with a girl. She's really cool, man. And fucking.
Oh, it's like I said, pussy's a drug worse than meth. That shit will throw your whole life off track.
It is. It is. I tell people all the time, pussy rules the world.
Fuck. It ruins the world.
Ruins the world. Finn can spin anything into a grim way of looking at it. You know,
it's not grim though. It's like that guy's so talented. It's just like you gotta fucking give it a chance at a certain point.
He is. I was just telling Marty one of his jokes the other day. The one where he'll wrap his wrist up. And he'll get on stage with look like his wrist, and he'll go, "I just sprained my wrist taking women's self-defense classes." Yeah, I'm taking women's self-defense. I want to know what to expect when I go out raping. I'm fucking like, just such a genius twist on it. And I probably fucking destroyed that joke, Joe. My bad. He tells it way better, but that's the gist.
Yeah. He's such a good dude too. Is the other fucking crazy part about
that.
Yeah,
I didn't know how cool Joe was until we went to Gilligan's one night and fucking it was like me and John and Joe, Devin Sheffield, gosh man, I can't remember who else. If I'm forgetting you, I'm sorry. Pat Garrity. John Stringer was there. Fucking John Stringer's a fun motherfucker too, man. And Joe was there. We were all there for that one. I think it was one of the other Mayweather fights, Mayweather-Pacquiao, something like that. And dude, Joe was so cool that night. I couldn't believe it. He never really talks at the open mics. He just gets on stage and kills. What's that?
Oh, have you guys talked about the fight already?
Triple G?
No. Well, that was in it. Diaz. McGregor was announced today.
Oh,
really?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Which McGregor's gonna get his ass kicked for the third time in that fucking bout.
Damn.
Ooh, that's a damn. That young Stockton
Breaking
slap.
news.
Breaking news.
Easter news.
By the time you hear this, you'll already know.
That fucking shit. That fucking second fight was set up for this fucking to set up a third fight, 100% in my mind. Diaz won that fight, no questions asked. When that fight was
Did
over,
I see it? I can't remember if I was. Was we watching it here?
What are you drinking?
I'm not drinking. What are you talking about?
It's like urine.
That's that young Bud Ice, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Dude.
straight.
Did you start in Vegas, Finn?
Yeah, my first time in stage was in Vegas.
How long have you been doing it?
October 2012 was my first time on stage, but I was trying out in meth for.
You're still getting on stage then, though.
Once every 6 months.
In Vegas?
I don't really. I mean, there was a little run with like Angie Crumb there where I was like
Meatballs.
Meat.
Oh, meatheads.
Meatheads, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the first
I said
time.
meatballs. That's weird because last episode Scarface was on here and he said that's where he started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place was popping. Like,
oh, I've heard.
I mean, that place was popping, and then like she tried to do a couple things that weren't as good, like Hard Hat Lounge, like whatever you want to say about that.
That's where I started. Hard Hat Lounge.
I didn't like that place.
I loved it. It's still dope.
Money Place is the shit, dude. It's still the best open mic I think I've ever done. And then
I don't agree because I used to do E strings and it was worth $50, and it was the only stage in Vegas that wasn't beside a bar. Okay, when you walked into E strings, the bar was to the right, and then there was this big door, and you had to walk through that door to go into where the stage was and the eating area. So when you were on stage and that door was shut, you couldn't hear none of that bar bullshit out there. It was just people in front of you. It was this close to like a little mini comedy club. It was almost like this, like Marty's, as close to this as you could get, and it was worth $50. Shit was dope. Dude, there would be like 40, 50 people. I remember nights where comics couldn't even sit down. We all had to stand in the back. It was so packed.
Damn.
I never saw you, but the reason why I hated doing those money mics was because homelessness wasn't a part of my act really then.
Yeah.
And like Zach Wiseman, everybody knew him, so it was like, here's $50. Not that he wasn't funny. It was just like, even if it was top 3, it's like.
I've seen Wiseman get out there trashed and still win. And I know them fucking money mics were bullshit because, there was this one dude, like I've said this before, he would bring a bunch of people because what it would get down to is applause, kind of like how they do at the end of roast battle.
Yeah.
And so he would bring like 7, 8 people, and they would just out-scream everybody.
Right.
And then he fucking would win. And he was garbage, But like I used to tell myself, that's not helping him.
No.
You were on that stage, and you're from Georgia, and you don't got a motherfucker here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's what kept me going. Hello?
Yeah, fuck Zach Wiseman.
But that was it. I mean, other than that bullshit, Joe Calise used to win them a lot. I was just telling Jim, Stephen Briggs, that motherfucker used to win them.
Yeah.
John Hilder, There's some good comics in Vegas. They just stay in Vegas.
Yeah.
Kind of like Boston. I hear Boston's the same way. I mean, I guess.
So we were talking about, what was it last week? About the Boston comics.
Where you from, Finn?
Upstate New York.
Upstate New York?
Yeah, Rochester.
Oh, shit. You went to college?
Yeah.
What college you go to?
Syracuse.
Damn.
What was your degree in?
Fucking
Political
Finn.
science.
Yeah, political.
Political science.
That's why he argues with you.
That's why I chose the major, and that's not the reason why. It was in me before I went to college.
The arguing?
Yeah. It's almost game time, my friend.
I know.
Oh, yeah, who's Notre Dame playing?
Finn's just sitting here like nonchalant.
It's Michigan State, which it's actually a big game because
It's like a rivalry, right?
Well, it is. It's not Notre Dame, Michigan, which they got rid of, but it's this is their first real test of like they lost to Georgia.
Uh-huh.
If they lose another game, they're out. But if they run the table, like they can make the playoffs. I think. And this Michigan State is probably going to be the best team that they face. Like USC's ranked number 5, but you heard it here first. USC sucks dick right now. Like, they are the most overrated number 5 I've ever seen in my life. Like,
Is Notre Dame ranked?
No, they were like when they faced Georgia, but they lost. But they're not.
They lost their rank.
But they could go on if they beat Michigan State and beat USC, they could make the playoffs because USC is overrated, but the ranking's number 5, so it looks really good. But Michigan State's actually a better team than USC.
When do they play USC?
3-4 weeks from now. I'm not.
So you think they'll hold that 5 until they get there? Because if they lose 3 weeks in a row,
they pulled out a scumbag win today against Cal, which is good for us because you want them to go in undefeated.
To stay 5, yeah.
And it was 13-13 in the fourth quarter, and then they ended up scumbagging a couple of points, so it ended up 30-13.
Oh shit!
So it looks good, but it wasn't a good game, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, I think they played Western Michigan, and they were losing to Western Michigan in the fourth quarter.
Uh-huh.
Like they're not a number 5.
Yeah.
Like they were actually number 4, but they've actually moved on to number 5. Like they're not a good team. They're gonna lose a game. And if Notre Dame can beat them and win out,
gives you a good chance.
Yeah, because.
But
it's
what do you
Notre
think?
Dame.
Do you realistically think you have anything to do in the playoffs? You think you're gonna make noise or what? Or is it just gonna be like, we made it to the playoffs and then we got fucked?
Well,
I
don't think Notre Dame's ever gotten fucked.
Who's the best team in college right now? You think?
Alabama by far.
Still?
Yeah.
God damn. Them motherfuckers just stay good, don't they?
Yeah. Well, they've started a dynasty, which is, credit to Nick Saban. But he's I think they're the best. And like Florida State was probably number 2 at the time, but their quarterback went down. So I think they actually lost today. So
Florida State.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
Ohio State, which
LSU still good?
Not really.
They fell off.
Not comparative to other SEC teams.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma is the other one, but I don't think they're any good. Really, they just beat Ohio State, who isn't really that good. But you know how that goes.
So it looks like you might get your first fantasy loss this week, huh? Jimmy Hatt fucking had Todd Gurley. That motherfucker put up 30-something points on you, son. With one player, that's hard to overcome.
You can't.
You know?
Oh, man. Woo.
That's hard to overcome, right? You know that. Because you've had play.
I'm 2-0, though. Come on.
I know, but when a player puts up 30 points by himself, that's hard.
Oh.
Because that's
Name me one time this season when
you could easily have a
Kareem
player.
Hunt hasn't put up 32 points.
You could easily have 2 players not even get 30 points.
Man.
3 players,
Not worried.
You could have 3 players get 8 points each.
I was 1-5 last year to start out the fucking season, and I won the league.
Yeah, I know it doesn't matter. I know I'm 0-2. I'm not worried about it. I don't really give a monkey fuck this year. I'm like playing players and trying players and doing. I don't even have a set defense this year. I'm going by like game by game type shit.
Well, having a set defense is retarded.
There you go. See, I'm flinging shit against the wall, seeing what sticks.
It's nothing.
Hello?
It's not like you can't. In an 8-person league, you can always find a good matchup.
A good matchup.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about it. That's why I keep my eye on the players and fuck the defense shit.
Yeah, I've started a new one every.
Yeah.
It's not to give away trade secrets, but I think like wide receivers are highly overrated a lot of times too. Because it's like with our league, it's you got to score a touchdown, so it's who's going to give you the best matchup, and there was actually I was reading about Thomas Demarius or whatever the fuck that
for the Broncos.
Yeah, and he puts up big numbers like he'll get you 8 catches for 102 yards, but he's not always getting. He's not getting the end zone. So it'll be like.
So that's only 10 points.
Yeah, so it's like you can get like a guy off the bench like.
Which that's the only thing I wish we'd have changed about our league this year. We need to remember that next year is to tell Cody.
I don't like PPR
maybe we
leagues.
should get points per catch
I don't
too.
like those.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's pretty close.
That would be the only change I'd make because that would make it a little more competitive.
The only reason I don't like that is because it makes with an 8-person league. It just I don't.
No, because not every receiver is getting 8 to 10 catches a game.
No, what it does is
but there's a lot of receivers like you said they might only get 2 or 3 catches and 2 of them were a touchdown because they're goal line receivers or they're big dudes. So there's still skill in figuring out, all right, am I going to roll the dice on this guy getting 8 to 10 catches this game, or should I go with this guy who I think might score 2 touchdowns with only 4 catches? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you roll the dice either way and it don't happen, it still don't happen.
Yeah, I completely agree. As long as you know the rules going into it, like I think there's always going to be skill involved in it. Like,
and that's one minor change that I think our league needs because every other league we have like 70 and 80 point games and shit.
Well,
90-point games. It's rare for us to get 100-something point games. Every other league's like 140, 150, 160.
Well, I will say that the only reason I do like the way that it's set up is like a shitty team can win just because the touchdown is so important, which I think keeps people like I said I was 1-5.
Yeah, but it makes it less fun.
I like the idea that I can be 1-5 and just go on a huge tear, which you can in PPR leagues. But and 2, like I don't like the idea that a running back like Ty Montgomery becomes like one of the best running backs in the league in a PPR league.
Nah, because there's a lot of running backs that catch the ball.
He's catching and scoring touchdowns with Aaron Rodgers. He's playing 75%.
How many touchdowns he got this year?
2, 3. 2, I think. I mean, he scored 14 and 22 points.
Well, he's a running back.
I don't think he scored one.
I mean, they're going to score, What about Henry? That dude Henry, fucking for KC. That motherfucker's a scoring machine all of a sudden. Hunt. Yeah. There you go. Hunt, scoring machine.
Yeah.
All right? Running backs are supposed to be like that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying to give our receivers help because it's like Amari Cooper was like that last year. All right? You'd have Amari Cooper. He'd get you 12, 13 receptions for 100 and something yards. And then Michael Crabtree would have fucking 5 receptions, 3 touchdowns or some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he's so tall and so big. And it's like, that's bullshit, Amari did all that work, and on the fantasy world, he got 10 points, 11 points.
You're preaching to the choir on that. On that one a little bit. Like, that's a good example. But I'm just saying, because there are fucking... I just like,
And then like little dudes like Brandon Cooks, players like that. Like
fuck Brandon Cooks.
They'll catch little shit and do all this little shit, and then Gronk. It's Gronk at the goal line,
Yeah.
Fuck,
But, I will say this: it doesn't matter what the the scoring is. I'm still gonna win. So make it whatever
you're just lucky, fucker. It's all luck, man. You never know who's gonna do what.
Hey, man, you got to say if I win 2 years in a row, it's not luck.
Well, yeah, of course. All right, back to back.
And then if it's 3 years in a row, well, I'm just a god.
Then you're Finn Belichick.
Oh. You said it, man. You said it. All right,
Finn. Thanks for coming on
Finn,
finally,
where
bro.
Where can they find you?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Go Irish.
All right, guys.
Hell yeah, bro.
Find him on the streets of Hollywood.
Find him on the streets of Hollywood. Hell yeah. That's how it was when he first came in. He fucking he did his set and grabbed his bag and just walked the fuck out, I got on stage. I was like, there he goes, back into the world.
Stand on the street until the next open mic.
Right?
Finn Jones is the only homeless comic that's ever made me feel bad about living in an apartment. Like, he's got, he'll have you question, then you're like, no, I enjoy my bed. I like my AC. Because he's just like, fuck you in your apartment. He'll just make you.
Right.
Make it be like, I don't need one. I'll just...
Yeah, no, he's the real deal because, he don't even have a van, car, nothing, So, Big Liam.
But David Crockett of
Liam
Hollywood.
Liam Hales helps him out a lot, and which is, Liam's a very good dude, very nice dude, and which is why when a certain scumbag around here was taking advantage of Liam, we all had his back. And, thank God that dude's gone now. And no one has to deal with that piece of shit anymore, So just know we a family around this motherfucker. And if a cockroach comes in here, we will spray your ass like Raid. Hello? Bang, bang, bang. God damn it. We ain't had enough bangs. I'm needing some weed. I'm needing some coffee. I'm needing something. Fuck. It's across the room. Go get my
Stay tuned.
Go get my shit for me there, Big Jim Beam. Go get my my book bag and that little gold canister. I'll pack us a bowl. Thought you said you had 2 of them joints. See? Jim Beam, he's always halfway prepared. Bang, bang, bang. That motherfucker. You know what he said? He goes, hey, man, I got this vape pen. I hate them fucking things. I swear to God. Swear to God. Rest in peace, Johnny B. Dizzle. I used to know this dude named Johnny 10 Speed. That's what we called him, man. When we was doing that fucking tile work at Chili's, this motherfucker, we swore he had 10 different gears. This motherfucker had 10 gears. He's the only person I know had as much energy as me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he said that shit. He would be like, swear to God. Easter, we're going to get this shit done tonight. Swear to God. We'll be back on the road. He had that fucking New York. He was Puerto Rican. Peking Puerto Rican.
I like how you find these people you're talking about him you would assume you two were just doing cocaine all night with probably conversations. You guys,
right?
You don't.
No, we were laying tile. We were rebuilding walls. We were actually replacing the FRP, which it stands for fire retarded proofing, and it's the shit in kitchens, that white textury looking wall that's in all kitchens that it don't burn. And that motherfucker. He was from the Bronx, so he always said the boogie down Bronx, yo. I'm from the boogie down, so that's what he called it. And the motherfucker talked about he would always talk about smoking angel dust. And he said one time he took his whole family and like because he was trying to hide it from his old lady, so he was acting like they were going out shopping or something, and he met dude at the place and he got his shit and he said he hit the fucking dust. You know what I'm saying? He said they call that getting wet. He was like, so I got soaking wet, son. He was like, and the wife come out and the kids, they got in the car. He said, and I just fucking floored it. Boom! He said, I took them on the ride of their life, dog. He said, they were crying and shit when I stopped. You should have heard that story. That shit was so great. You know, unfortunately, he's gone. We can't hear the motherfucking shit from Johnny B. Dizzle.
Overdose?
I don't know I can't remember what happened to him. We wasn't really talking that much when that shit happened, so I didn't really even get the whole story.
Get in a car crash?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. He was wild though.
Yeah.
So.
Damn. Angel dust and PCP, it's the same, right?
I think so.
I only know what training days taught me.
I don't do either one, Jim Beam. Hello.
Denzel Washington's read off to me. That's funny. I like how in your Paris Smoke, at least, I feel like every other episode, one person will say, "Is this guy on cocaine?"
Yeah, right. Yeah. Every time they think it's meth, cocaine. I get
something.
I get accused of everything.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Packing a little bowl.
Packing up a bowl, son. Trying to stay fucking medicated in this.
It's like every week we plan for guests, so we bring quite a bit of weed, but when it's just you and I, because Finn does not smoke.
Yeah, Finn don't smoke.
We still smoke the same amount.
Smoke the same amount, you know? And this is how we expected this podcast to go every Saturday.
Every Saturday. I've been
but
really
it's been
impressed.
Like
what is
busy.
This, 9?
Yeah, this is 9.
Number 9? Hell yeah. It's been going good.
And hey, we're on a roll with the guests as far as that shit goes. What? It was only the first one?
Yeah.
That was guest free?
Was it?
Just me?
I think somebody popped in at one point.
Episode 1?
Mitch, didn't he come in at one point?
I don't know.
Briefly? I can't recall.
That's what marijuana does.
Right, short-term memory loss. That was like 8 weeks ago. That's insane.
Yeah, that is insane. Damn, that's how we'll be keeping up with how many weeks we've been doing this shit, huh?
52 will be a year in if we consecutively do it. Next week it'll be the challenge because
52.
We're gonna have to do it sooner.
Oh yeah, is that
so?
Next week?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm traveling back home to Kentucky just for a weekend. Mm-hmm. I'll leave out late Thursday night, but I'll be back Monday morning. But we'll need to we can talk about a podcast.
Oh, okay. So
it's gonna be it's gonna happen on probably when we might even release it before on a Friday. Fuck it, one off. It normally come out on Monday. This one might come out on a Friday, or we can record it and then still release it on a Monday.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'll record it.
Okay.
And then
so we don't disrupt the schedule.
Yeah. And then
for regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. Because I don't really talk about a lot of shit like current events.
No, not at all.
You know?
Fuck no.
I'm such a fucking what's the fucking word? Routine motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I do the same shit every day. So, oh shit. Hey. Mitch Phillips. Come on, hop on, motherfucker.
Whichever.
Hello. That's my shit.
What's up, guys? Hey. Hold on. Go.
At Mitchell Phillip on social media.
Boom.
He's been in this room masturbating all morning. Did you wash your hands?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
You want to smell?
Ooh, that smell.
Ooh, baby, I love you. How far are you in?
Did you?
Yes. Yeah.
We got just 5 minutes.
But I mean, nice. We can go a little longer.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Course.
It doesn't have to be.
We don't have no.
Everybody was saying that the last one just ended, because it was fun. It was like a fun episode. We were all. It flew by.
Feel like
this one flew by too.
I mean, yeah, this is going good, but
why don't you go get that joint? Poncho.
Okay. But if you say every week it's going to be a 3-hour podcast, and then it's 1 week it's man, we got 2 hours to go. We're gonna hit that, but boom, this hour came pretty fucking quick.
Yeah,
feels like at least. I'll be right back.
It was fun.
What was topics of discussion? Give me a highlight reel.
What was I talking about? Finn came on.
Finn, not a fan. Next.
Finn, not a fan. Next.
Speed round. Go. Next topic.
Hey, prank call.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about how Caparulo tried to call me and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That stupid shit. And then,
Hey, this is going to be admissible.
and then, fuck him. You know? What's he going to get? What's he going to sue me for? My book bag and my clothes?
That would be hilarious if he's just, you get served with papers. I will like your book
He's
bag
like, he wants
and your van.
He wants my van. Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
He couldn't do that because society these days.
Society.
I mean, they feed
You're
them
crazy,
fucking. They
baby.
feed the fucking tent. They feed Tent City across the street.
Oh, yeah.
I know y'all seen me bitching about that on my Periscope, and here's somebody who has to live across from it. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
like 100 yards long now.
It's 9 tents long now.
Yeah.
There's definitely 9 tents over there, and somebody the other day ordered a fucking pizza per tent for him.
Yeah.
Ruben said they spent like 60-something bucks, and he had to take the motherfuckers' pizzas over there. And it's like, I know. When I used to not have to deal with homeless people, I used to feel sorry for them until you have to fucking see and deal with what's going on across the street.
It's completely where I was going just right then. Went out to give this joint and fucking looks like Jamar Neighbors out there with a blonde wig, just going, "Hey!" It's like, goddamn. Like, fuck.
What's up with that bitch's shoulders?
I love
that's a
Jamar.
man.
That motherfucker
Right now, you're
said
like, oh, no
Jamar
shit.
Neighbors with a wig.
Blonde
wow.
wig. It's platinum blonde.
Ooh, that's hot now.
That
Now
motherfucker
you're
ripped.
fully
then.
describing
That's
it.
a big tranny then. Hello? Jamar ripped.
It's definitely like it's definitely a dude with just a blonde wig on right now. Like,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Little yoga.
Say it softer.
Shorts.
Horrible.
I
See
don't
what I'm saying,
understand.
people?
And then there's like 12 tents with 11 neighbors just like that in those tents.
And they could just snatch your wife, your kid, your husband right up
They
in there.
snatching everybody
and
up.
take their innocence from
Snatch
them.
your
You know what I'm
husband.
saying? That's ain't your husband,
Where's my
dude. That's the
husband?
thing.
Yo,
If
they snatch your husband,
deadly.
If they snatch your husband,
But it's like,
you should just get a new husband.
right? Yeah, like he's a tranny now.
Yeah, exactly.
They turn him
Yeah,
like a
they
vampire.
turn him, yeah,
Right? If they
that's
snatch your husband,
that's the
he's
fear
ruined.
around here.
He's what we call soured. Bang, bang, bang.
People move to West Hollywood to pursue dreams.
That's like I got that new
acting,
joke about the
comedy.
fuck robots, and I'm like, if it costs $8,000 to repair that bitch, fuck it, she's totaled. You know what I'm saying? Fucking,
Right.
I'll wait for the next one. All right, that's Becky 4000. I'll wait for the Becky 6 to come out. Fuck it, hello. I don't want the 5 because she's gonna be weird. You know, you always got to wait another generation for them to get
the
her right.
first one, some people are gonna lose their dicks off on.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
I can't wait for it.
Like, well, that didn't go as planned.
What do y'all think is gonna be inside there? Blender blades?
No, but
you
there's
know
like
it's
just a
gonna
pussy.
Eventually gonna have like some kind of natural, like
Yeah,
where
but
it
there's-
squeezes
yeah,
and
there's, like,
compresses your
contraptions and-
cock.
That's not natural at all.
But no,
it
it's
takes
not- no,
women
no.
a long time to
But that's-
figure out how to squeeze their
Yeah,
pussy
but they're
like
gonna.
that.
But I know, but it's not gonna take a robot that long. It's gonna take it 2 seconds of programming.
Because it can do like you could.
Yeah, hold on.
massage
You're
things with-
fucking.
Yeah, but they do that shit
switch
with
out.
little beads, bro.
That mic fucking sucks. It's cutting in and out.
Why do you even put that mic up there?
I
Check,
keep
check,
forgetting.
1, 2.
Because the fucking back
At
door
Mitchell
is always
Phillips.
locked when I come in. And
Or
I
at
always
Back
think,
door is wide open right
word.
now.
Mitchell Phillips.
All right, well, next time. If I don't
Let's
forget.
come up with another. Let's try another excuse, Jim.
None. None.
Winners make do. Losers make
Yeah,
excuses.
man. You could keep talking, but it's just like every, like...
Oh, it was cutting.
Yeah,
out.
it sounds
it's going,
like
it's
that.
on Jim.
Like you just keep coming in it.
I appreciate you. I just took a side.
Yeah, that's okay.
No, Jim is definitely a fucking
try to
bad
protect the
motherfucker when it
quality
comes to this
here.
shit. Hello. That's why he was on it.
What's with that little bag? You guys doing heroin?
Oh no, that's the. Why would you bring that up on my podcast, you stupid motherfucker? You know what I'm
Playing
saying? I'll
heroin.
tell you off air what that is. Hello.
Oh, I didn't know it was
It's
actually
not-
paraphernalia.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Oh.
But it's none of their business.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought Easter was an open
Bang,
book.
bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. God damn it. No, I'm not. I don't want to fucking incriminate myself. You know.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I am a fucking real felon. You know, unlike you.
I don't have heroin.
You've been a good guy your whole life. You've been trapped in a little box.
You break one law at a time.
With blue overalls on and a striped red shirt. You've been a good guy.
Leave it a great hour podcast, 5 minutes to go. Mitch comes in, it's like, you
And
just
just ruins
rowdy.
it.
Just to get you all riled up. Like.
Well,
He didn't get the Chucky reference I just made either, but that was good.
nah, I'm not a Child's Play guy.
Although you do play with children, that's A fact. We seen the pictures of your little brother.
Okay.
Dude, I
Thought we were
going to
incriminate people on a podcast.
I came in here one day. I came in here one day and there's this like little blonde-haired kid, and I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he was like, "What's it to you, motherfucker?" I was like, "What?"
He didn't say motherfucker, but he fucking came back at you.
He was trying to roast me. It
That's
was
what
hilarious.
he says. He's a better roaster than you, didn't he? Is that what he was saying? He was a better roaster.
Yeah, he was. He was. He's
How
a
old
better.
is he? Like
his little
8?
brother can roast better than
He's
Mitch.
11.
Oh.
He was going at it.
I think 12 this year. No, he turns 11 this year.
I told him, shut the fuck up, or you're not going to get a cheese pizza with your limo later. Bang, bang, bang.
Gonna nail it.
That shut him down.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he was cool, man. He was cool. I couldn't believe he looks the very opposite of Mitch. It looks like Mitch stole a kid or was watching.
No, he's
someone's kid.
It looks
He's
like
adopted,
Mitch. I was
but
gonna say, it looks
he's-
like.
Oh,
Well, I was
see, yeah,
gonna
I
say, it
could
looks
tell.
like
I
one
was
of
like-
them was adopted.
Dude, I went.
Yeah, I
my
was-
mom.
Either Mitch was
I was
adopted
like,
or
what
he
the
was.
fuck are you doing here?
My mom was down in Orange County. She's like, I'm going to take the 101 up if you want to get lunch. So I met her at Denny's, and they're just in the lobby waiting for a table. And he's all, yo, Jimmy Fallon. So my hair was all back.
Dude, I was thinking to myself, like, I can't back you on this one, Marty. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang, bang. Right?
And he's like a new tenant here. He's like, Marty says I can live here.
Yeah, I walk in here, I was like, oh, Marty's taking his jokes too far.
I'm getting guitar lessons from Sam Pick.
He's like, this is Randy, guys. Like, everybody to meet Randy.
We don't say that name on my podcast.
Pam Sick.
Yeah. Ham Flick.
Don't say his name. What is he, Voldemort?
He's just a piece of shit that I don't even mention.
That's
I don't even think it's his real name. So
I don't even,
bases cleared.
the dude don't even deserve breath.
Yo, next time I got to get a rules and regulations for this podcast. I was like, you just having a great time, but I broke it in like 4 rules.
Dude, you signed the waiver?
I mean, it's just common sense. If you look in the rule book of common sense, it'll probably say in there somewhere, Mitch don't know what the fuck's going on.
This is the only podcast, I forget people's podcasts have listeners. So you have to actually watch what you say.
Well, fuck yeah.
Nobody.
Oh,
Why don't do this?
So
This is the main thing that annoys me about Mitch Phillips. This motherfucker cannot keep a rotation going for nothing in the world. There's only 3 of
I
us.
turned it down.
Yeah,
He turned it down, so I tried to see if you wanted it. Then I was
But
going to
when
go
you
trash
first
it
got the
myself.
joint, fucker. You tried to hand it back to me, and I had to tell you it's
First
Jim's
rotation.
turn.
First rotation.
Exactly. And there's only 3 of us. How hard could it be to keep up with a goddamn rotation? You know.
Man.
And Jim is to his left.
Right.
All the common sense in the world tells you, pass it to your left. Ha! Set it off. Let it off. Get it off like a cat. I want to break through. Cock me back. Small change. And put a game in the... That's that Method Man shit.
I was getting ready to be like, dude, don't fucking smoke right here. But I'm like, oh, he lives here, so he trumps me fully.
Yeah, he
like,
can smoke.
I'm not gonna-
This is his living
Well,
room.
no, it's like,
I'm not gonna
but, like,
smoke on
fucking
stage.
Tim would sit here, and he tried to fire it up that very first time. I'm like, nah, dude.
Well, yeah.
And
Although
I'm like,
this
oh,
is
wait.
a weed smoking
You fully
Jim,
get to
when
trump
Marty
me.
ain't here.
Yeah.
We do respect them and don't smoke cigarettes because cigarettes will stain the ceiling.
Yeah, for the
Cigarettes
most
just
part.
leave a funk in here. Weed
It'll-
smoke will go away.
Yeah.
Cigarette
He'll take
smoke is
these
hard to
pictures
get.
off the wall one day, and they'll be like white versus yellow.
You can already tell the new ones versus the old ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Marty tricked me into getting my fucking picture on the wall. Now,
Right.
you know, I had this like small
I got
little
up there,
pride
man.
about not
I
having
like
my
it.
picture on the wall,
I won't let him.
and now
You're
my
not
shit's
on
on there.
No.
See,
Well, because I was like, it's not like getting your name on the wall at the store. And it's
no,
like, you just
Easter
take
made a
people's
good point
pictures.
about the back hallway. I think that suggestion was valid of making it like his paid regular wall in a sense.
Nah, fuck
yeah, I think some of us should have bigger pictures.
I don't know 99%
And
of
be
these
back
people.
in
That's
that-
what we're saying. But he, in his
that
defense,
hallway.
he said he's going to start taking photos. Like if someone's, oh, I just arrived in L.A. and was told to come to Marty's, he might snap their photo. 'Cause
There's
it
new
might
pictures of
inspire
people
him
I have no
to
idea who the
keep
fuck
coming.
they are.
Boy, that's what he said. It might inspire him to keep coming back. That's what his defense was. Because he's like, oh, my picture's on the wall.
Do that to whatever.
Well, it worked with that little
But
chick, the little
the
bug
fucking
girl.
troll one
Mia.
out there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, fucking something
God.
from like
She,
James and the Giant Peach.
You
She
walk
got it.
in, and James and the Giant.
Just one of the spiders living inside that fruit.
There's so many people who look like animals in cartoons, bro. I see it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
You know?
And I would crack up like, yeah. It's just
You remind me of Chester Cheetah.
Really?
It ain't easy being
He's
cheesy.
cool. That's
Just
awesome.
mostly like your build.
Excellent.
Like, personality, just fucking, hey, who wants to get some fucking cheddar?
I'm always about that cheese, goddammit. Come and give me the cheddar. The more cheddar, the better.
Jeremy Beam is just like a guy, like a dude in like a
He
a
looks like
Civil
one of-
War era play.
He looks like one of the Rugrats.
all grown up.
Yeah. Or like one of the Bobby's World characters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He looks like his little buddy.
That could be fair. All right.
I'm Doug. What Doug Funny turned into?
Doug Funny. That's who I was trying to fucking think of.
He was like bald. He had
I
like,
didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, he had
hair.
like a little flip of hair, didn't
Yeah.
he? I think the character I'm thinking.
You
he
give
had
me a
little
football
wave-
head, I
little
could be
wave or
like Hey
something.
Arnold.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Roger had that weird like red bacon hair.
What was that really
Roger
fucking
Klotz?
awesome kid?
Fucking purple
from,
dude?
The Nickelodeon, that extreme one that was in the 90s.
Rocket Power?
That'd probably be me.
No.
He tried to put himself into
It's
bullshit.
like, yeah, you know what? Hey, my friends call me Ace.
Yeah.
Kind of a renegade.
You know, they always call me Maverick.
I was
like
that little
with Top
badass
Gun.
dude. What's his name? Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
That was me. You know what I'm saying?
Can't even think of a cartoon. Like,
No, you're the loudmouth kid from Bad News Bears.
which one? No.
I said, nah.
Nah.
Nah. All right. Well,
All right, well.
That's a wrap.
Well, no, all right. Well,
Listen, it's time to wrap this motherfucker up. Episode 9. We had a great time. Hello?
and that's a rhyme.
anything coming up?
Not a
You're in.
tostada.
Mitch,
I'll be on the
fill her
next
up.
Marty showcase.
Oh, and then I'll be rapping on it and shit.
Oh.
All right, and then I got a show September 29th, the Fallen Up show, Any Means Comedy. Shouts out to my boy Yema Yem for throwing the show. I'll be on the show with Chenna Du, Henry Brown, Gary Curtis, Jahan Sabir, Alfred Kanua.
Really fast graduation
and,
ceremony.
and the young savage Andrea Guzetta. All right, and it'll be at Comfort LA. Show starts at 9. Bang, bang, bang! God damn it!
At Mitchell Phillip on
what's you
social
going?
media.
What do you got? Go.
At Mitchell Phillip, Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter.
At Jeremy Beam.
Adios.
Twitter, Jeremy T. Beam on Instagram. Fucking Jeremy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right, everybody. As always, thanks for all the love and support, and keep tuning in for the fucking 420 Pair Smoke. Thanks for all the downloads. Please give us ratings and reviews.
Rate that, guys.
And I love y'all bad motherfuckers.
Bang, bang, bang.